These facts could save your life or help you save the life of someone you know. For this list, we are looking at 100 facts that could save your life one day. Our coverage includes how to sleep well, how to stay out of the water, how to avoid poisonous mushrooms, how to avoid cancer, how to put out a fire, and more. Welcome to our channel. Today we are counting down 100 facts that can save your life one day. If you have a fact that could save a life, put it in the comments and we can all learn together. 1. Unlike in the movies, you won't try to extract venom from the snake's mouth or put on a spectacle. Instead, get the victim out of harm's way. Have them lie down with injuries below their chest and take them to the nearest hospital. Also, if you have been bitten by a wild animal, you should immediately get vaccinated against rabies because it is one of the deadliest diseases on the planet. 2. If you break a bone, follow these steps. Call for help, try to stop any bleeding, and immobilize the injured area. 3. Your car's headlights are not 100% accurate. Most cars have a thermistor behind the grille, which heats up the heat from the road. So even if your thermometer doesn't read below 0, there may still be ice on the road. Be aware of road conditions and give your thermometer a few degrees of clearance, and it could save your life. 4. Blue light steals your sleep time, disrupting the brain's melatonin secretion. So before you go to sleep, put the phone in another room. 5. Keeping your phone facing up will save battery life, which may be necessary in an emergency. This will prevent it from turning on when it receives a notification. 6. Don't let the snow get wet. Since your body requires a lot of energy to melt ice, you'll end up dehydrating more than you take in, and you'll lose vital heat while you're at it. 7. You can start a fire with a 9V battery and iron wool. If you rub the battery with steel wool, it will start to burn. Put it under the fire and you will have an emergency fire. Make sure you have water nearby if you need to take it out. 8. A stuffed key fob can damage your car's ignition system. All that weight can damage the interior, preventing your car from starting. 9. Laughter has been shown to improve blood circulation, immune response, blood sugar, and relaxation. So watching comedy on the internet can really help your health. 10. If you get stuck in a ditch, don't panic and try to swim straight to shore. Instead, swim across the current, which is on the shore, until you come out of the crack. 11. That being said, if you need to breathe to get out of a crack, relax and float for a minute or so. Some rip currents will bring you closer to shore instead of farther. 12. If you think you are having a heart attack, you should chew aspirin, not swallow it. This works quickly to block platelets, which cause blood clots. 13. If you meet a mountain lion, don't run. Slowly step back, keeping your eyes open, without bending or crouching. If he starts to move towards you, throw something at him. And if he starts to get angry, act as strong and threatening as possible. 14. Do not walk under the fixtures in the ballpark, which includes stepping on the pins as a plaything. The force is so great in some of these machines that it can cause injury or death. 15. If you are on vacation at the beach and the water suddenly recedes from the coast, run to higher ground. A tsunami is on the way. Other signs include a strong shaking of the ground and a roaring sound like that of a train or airplane. 16. If the storm doesn't seem to be going left or right, it may be heading towards you. Go to safety. 17. If someone is stabbed or cut by a sharp object, leave the object in the body. This can prevent blood loss. Apply direct pressure to each side of the object. You should sit or lie down and raise his legs if he is shaking. 18. If the object has not penetrated the person, apply direct pressure to the wound to stop the bleeding. It takes 10 minutes for a clot to form. Use gloves, a clean cloth, or a plastic bag to protect yourself from blood contamination. 19. If the room in the house smells fishy, check your electrical outlet and start plugging in appliances. This smell can indicate the heating of electrical equipment. You can save yourself electricity. 20. Bystander effect occurs when people are less able to help the person when there are others nearby. So when you call for help, see someone in the crowd, look at that person, and call that person for help. 21. Most driving deaths occur between midnight and 3 a.m. in the United States. Maybe stay out of the way during these times if you can help it. 22. If you ever encounter a bear, stand up, speak quietly, go back, and do not look. On the rare occasion you are attacked, you may hear this children's chant. If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight. If it's white, good night. If brown is attacking, you should play dead. Otherwise, you will make the attack worse. As for the black beast, which is small, you have to defend yourself. Bears can consider you as prey, so you have to defend yourself completely, but the chances are not good. 23. If you go out and your drink is too sweet, don't drink it. Gab has a salty taste, although it is easily overshadowed by other flavors. The best thing is not to leave your drink unattended. 24. If you wake up in the middle of the night smelling gas, don't turn on the lights. The spark from the switch can ignite the gas. 25. If you see a square wave in the ocean, get out. They can create powerful traps and rips. 26. If one of your pupils is white in the image, it can be a symptom, but it can also be a sign that something is wrong with your eye, such as a cataract or even cancer. 27. Normal suffering. This is when people underestimate the threat of danger, regardless of warning signs. About 70% of people express this idea during a disaster, delaying evacuation. If you are told to leave the area because of imminent danger, leave. 29. If a storm catches you, don't stand next to a tree. It is a natural lightning rod. If the wind blows and your hair stands on end, lightning is about to strike. Bend down, tilt your head, and put your hands over your ears. Don't lie because water conducts electricity. 30. If a power line falls near you, do not walk or run. Mix or pour over the rabbit and preserves. It sounds loud, but it makes sure that the voltage in each leg is the same, so the electricity does not flow from one side to the other. 31. When calling an emergency number, such as 911, be prepared to give them an address or location first, so that even if you are cut off, they know where you are. Follow your emergency situation. 32. Meet an emergency while abroad. The number 112 can be used in most European countries, taking you to the local emergency number. It also works in some African and Asian countries, as well as North America. 33. Hold your nose when jumping into rivers and lakes, especially if the water has stopped. This protects against the introduction of dangerous amoeba. 34. Also, if you fall into the water from a high place, first enter with your feet, your arms at your side. This can protect you from serious injury. 35. If you feel someone is following your car, turn right 4 times and it will go in a circle. If they are always behind you, it means they are following you. If so, go to a public place or even the police station if necessary. 36. If you disturb a beehive or nest, do not run for water. They will wait for you to come out. Run as fast as you can, because eventually they will stop following you. Hitting them will only make things worse, but if you are offended, remove the insult as soon as possible. 37. The more colorful is animal, more dangerous it will be. 38. If you see yourself in the elevator, don't try to move up and last to avoid your feelings or to move your knees to get your feelings. Instead, lying on your back and covering your face is your best chance of survival. 39. But if you find yourself lost in the forest but you cannot find your way back, get down to the ground. You are likely to hit a road, street, or building. You will likely see a fountain that people often built around. And if you find a wall, follow it. 40. If your plane must make an emergency water landing, don't put your life jacket on the plane. It will also be more difficult for you to move in an emergency, especially if it gets wet. Instead, swim to the door and spray your jacket. 41. Heat travels through liquids faster than gases. Therefore, if you want to be warm, keep yourself and your clothes dry, so the heat is transferred from your body slowly. 42. You can lose sight because of blindness, which can happen when your brain is paying attention to too many stimuli. An example is when you are walking and on your phone at the same time. This leaves you open to getting into things or traffic. 43. If you're sick and don't want to throw up, noise suppresses the gag reflex. 44. The limit of the human body follows the rule of 3. People can go 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter in extreme weather conditions, 3 days without water, and weeks 3 without food. 45. The most common sign of a heart attack is pain or discomfort in the chest, especially a feeling of pressure or squeezing. It can sometimes spread to other areas and be accompanied by fatigue, cold sweats, headaches, nausea, or shortness of breath. If this happens, seek emergency medical attention. 46. Women are more likely to experience heart attacks than men. Although chest pain is common in both men and women are more likely to experience chest pain, shortness of breath, or back, neck, or neck pain. 47. If your stool has black spots, which some describe as coffee grounds, seek medical attention. This may mean that you have bleeding. 48. When going down the stairs, don't put your hands in your pockets. If you jump and fall, your arms won't be able to catch the rail or break your fall. 49. You don't have to pay for any type of phone to call 911, so don't bother looking for change if you use a payphone. 50. Most sunburns are caused by smoke inhalation, not fire. If you find yourself stuck in one of them, stay calm and get out of there as quickly as possible. 51. Don't put your foot on the car dashboard. Airbags deploy at hundreds of miles per hour and can break your nose while sitting down. And nose ties are better than broken legs. 52. Do not use a Linea in one room. Their air will be mixed and make chlamydia, which can break your respiratory tract. 53. If your car gets stuck on a train track, let go immediately and run at a 45-degree angle in the direction of the oncoming train. This keeps you out of the garbage disposal area if your car is hit. Also look for a sign with a train emergency number or call 911, which can alert you of an approaching train. 54. A wagging tail is not always a friendly or happy dog. Dogs may also wag their tails when threatened or warned. Always ask the owner before buying their dog. 55. The words flammable mean that the product can ignite quickly and burn quickly. Non-flammable means that it does not burn easily. 56. A chemical fire is different from a fire caused by fire. You may not feel the pain right away, but it can cause incredible damage to your skin. If you have chemicals on your body, be sure to read the labels and use the recommended method because water is not enough. 57. A yellow flag on a river indicates dangerous marine life in the area. A red flag warns of serious hazards such as high tides or dangerous currents. A double red flag means the water is closed to swimming. 58. Use acronyms to quickly identify the symptoms of a stroke. F stands for distorted face. Does one part of the person's face droop, for example in a crooked smile? A for arm weakness. Can they lift both arms? S stands for difficulty speaking. Do they find it difficult? T stands for time. If you see any of these signs, it's time to call emergency services. 59. Many species of fungi are deadly to humans, so don't eat wild mushrooms. Dangerous species can also look convincingly like edible ones. 60. After falling into cold water, wash off, put on clothes, and warm up gradually. One is known as post-drip, means that if you overheat quickly, your core temperature may continue to drop. 61. If a stranger tries to force you into their car, shout for help and fight back as hard as you can. Escape will be more difficult once you are taken to a new location. 62. A knife can be deadly, even in inexperienced hands. If someone throws one at you, don't make the situation worse. Run away if you can. If you can't, give them what they want. Your bag is not worth your life. 63. Telling people where you are going increases your chances of survival if you are lost, injured, or kidnapped. 64. In 2021, unintentional firearm deaths will account for more than 4% of gun-related deaths in the United States. Many children were involved. At home, firearms should be stored unloaded, and in the storage area behind the safety lock is child-proof. 65. Dousing a grease or oil fire with water will make the fire worse. Instead, turn off the stove to cut off the heat and cover the pot to cut off oxygen. 66. You can use your pants as a life jacket by taking them off, putting your legs together, and filling your pants with air, or by gathering the waste with air and water, or by breathe into the waste from the bottom. Dry at the waist to keep the water out. 67. About half of the passengers who died in car accidents in 2020 in the United States were not wearing seatbelts. Put on your belt. 68. Many backpacks use a built-in flash to attract attention. 69. Especially when the wind blows, don't camp directly under a tree. Branches from trees sometimes fall or break and can land on your tent. 70. If you fall into quicksand, don't panic. You can only go down to the waist. Change your legs to relax. Sit down and try to float. 71. It's okay to ask for help if you're feeling down. There are many public numbers available to call if you need to speak to someone. 72. If you hit your head and pass out for a while, seek medical attention as soon as you wake up. Maybe you have a heart attack. You may also have an epidural hematoma, bleeding between your skull and the skin around your brain. 73. Toilets are more dangerous than sharks. Each year in the United States, approximately 40,000 people are injured in toilet seat accidents. Make sure you don't fall on the wet bathroom floor. 74. Distracted driving is the leading cause of car accidents in the United States, so get off your phone while driving. 75. The trigger on a gun can be pulled faster than you can react, so don't try to pull someone out if they are being robbed. Things are replaceable. Your life is not. 76. You can estimate the amount of sunlight left by stretching your arms in front of you and using your little finger to extend your hand across the lens. The width of a finger is about as far as the sun's distance in 15 minutes. 4 fingers are equal to 1 hour. 77. If you are buried in a flood of water and are unconscious, spit. Your tongue will follow gravity and you will be able to swim to the other side. 78. Smoking causes cancer. We know you already know this, but it's important. 79. The more you make it a thief to enter, the more likely it will break, so always lock your door. Be careful when someone comes to the door. Just because the doorbell rings doesn't mean you have to open the door. 80. A horse cannot see straight ahead or behind, and the rides are very powerful. Therefore, never approach the horse from behind. Stand next to the horse, between the head and shoulders. 81. You can do the Heimlich operation yourself. Create a hand above your belly button. Place your other palm in your hand to make it more compact. Move your hand up into the diaphragm area above your stomach, and repeat until the thing stuck in your throat falls away. 82. If a man takes a pregnancy test and the result is positive, it may be a sign of testicular cancer. 83. The safest place to sit on an airplane in case of a plane crash is near the back, in the middle seat. The worst seats are on each side of the aisle in the middle of the plane, which is almost double the death rate. 84. If you are stuck in a stand, the most important thing is to stay upright. Keep your arms around the top of the heart to protect you and avoid crushing. 85. If liquid, remember the rhyme. Arrive or discard it, don't leave. Reach out and grab the person with a long object. If not, throw him something that floats. If you get too close without a swimsuit, the diver can grab you and knock you down. 86. Even when a person is brought to shore after drowning, the person can still die from the water remaining in his lungs. This is called dry water. Even if you have drowned, you still need immediate medical attention. 87. If you're going to break a car window, look for a corner or corner. The center of the window is usually the strongest part. 88. Embassies and consulates have an emergency number that they answer 24 hours a day. When abroad, it may pay to have this number stored on your phone. 89. If you have a gun, you are more likely to be shot while attacking. This is especially true in situations where the victim has a chance to resist. 90. Some thieves use social media to identify and plan theft. When you check a place, it shows that you are not at home. 91. Although rare, alcohol consumption can be fatal. If you have a long-term drinking problem and are experiencing withdrawal symptoms, such as tremors, insomnia, nausea, or anxiety, seek medical attention. 92. Asthma does not cure people. Although some may become asymptomatic as they age, the risk of asthma remains. Always carry an inhaler and make sure your prescription is up to date, even if you haven't had symptoms in years. 93. You don't have to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. There is no time limit, and the sooner you report it, the better. 94. One of the symptoms of hypothermia is drowsiness. If you or someone else has stopped shaking from a cold and is feeling sleepy, that's not a good sign. Come in and warm up. 95. Closed doors can reduce the spread of fire and smoke. With this in mind, it is best to sleep with your bedroom door closed, so be sure to always check the batteries in your smoke detector. 96. When driving, if the accelerator pedal is stuck or something else causes your car to accelerate unintentionally, apply the brake firmly and put it in neutral. 97. It's easier to use a fire extinguisher and buy one before you need it. 98. Best ways to prevent heart disease. The leading cause of death in the United States are eating a healthy diet, exercising regularly, maintaining a healthy weight, limiting alcohol intake, not smoking, getting your blood pressure checked regularly, and managing diabetes if you have it. 99. Staying healthy and not smoking also reduces your risk of cancer, second leading cause of death in the United States. But you should also talk to your doctor about how to do the self-examination and how often you should be tested. 100. Your subconscious mind will be able to detect warning signs that your mind may not. So if the situation doesn't add up and something doesn't feel right, trust your instinct. Thanks for watching.